Have you ever felt a quiet but growing distance between you and the woman you love? The small changes in her eyes, her smile, or the actions that were once so familiar now seem to have a different color. Are you wondering if there is something she is hiding, a secret? She doesn't want you to know love, no matter how sweet, is not without its dark corners. Betrayal, a topic no one wants to face, is a painful reality that many men have experienced. It is the feeling of restlessness and insecurity when everything familiar suddenly becomes strange. It is the struggle between trust and doubt, between hope and fear. Today, we will embark on a difficult but necessary journey. I will point out 7 unseen signs that a cheating woman often reveals. No matter how hard she tries, these signs will not only help you see the truth more clearly, but also serve as tools to protect yourself from unnecessary hurt. But remember, knowing is not about judging or hurting anyone. It is an opportunity for you to understand the reality from which you can make the right decision for your future. Although the truth may hurt only when you face it, can you find peace of mind? Open your heart. Stay calm and explore these signs that cannot be ignored with me. This is not an easy journey, but it will help you understand your relationship better and make choices worthy of your love and self-esteem. Let's get started. 1. Sudden weight loss, a sign of a major change. Have you noticed a sudden increase in your woman's interest in her appearance? Irregular gym sessions, strict diet plans, or an over-awareness of the little details of her body? At first glance, these changes may seem like she's just trying to prove herself, but sometimes the reasons behind them are more complicated. The woman you love may be trying to become more attractive. But the question is it really just for you in a new relationship filled with intense emotions? She often wants to make a strong impression. This weight loss is not just a result of diet or exercise, but can also stem from an internal motivation. The desire to be more attractive to someone when a woman is immersed in a new relationship. The strong emotions often cause her to change the way she sees herself. It's not just a change in appearance, but also a sign of a shift in her mind and emotions. Sudden weight loss, for no apparent reason, can be a sign that she's focused on something or someone other than you. One man shared that his wife had no interest in working out or dieting, but one day she started to change, from signing up for a gym membership to obsessing over her weight. Everything happened quickly and unexpectedly. He thought she was just trying to improve herself, but then he found out she was seeing another man. What he thought were positive changes turned out to be signs of a breakdown in their relationship. If you notice similar signs, don't jump to conclusions, but don't ignore them. Either take a closer look, not just at her appearance, but also at her attitude, her emotions, and how she acts in the relationship. Sometimes small changes can be big signals about what's really going on in her heart. Sudden weight loss isn't always a bad sign, but when it's accompanied by other changes in behavior, it can be a red flag that something isn't quite right. Listen to your intuition and face the facts calmly but firmly. 2. Mysterious scratches and marks on her body. Have you noticed? Scratches, bruises, or even teeth marks on her body, and they are in specific places like her neck, chest, or in her thighs. She may give you a plausible explanation, a small accident, an accidental collision, but deep down something keeps raising your suspicions. Could these marks not be the result of harmless active activities, but rather a relationship that she's trying to hide? Bruises or light scratches in sensitive areas are often not random in moments of passion. Intense emotions can get out of control, leaving marks on the body that no one can completely hide. They are the mark of intimate relationships, where emotions and actions sometimes go beyond the limits of everyday life. These scratches or bruises are not just physical changes, but can also signal a larger change in her heart and in your relationship. One man shared that he felt something was wrong when he noticed his wife had small bruises on her thighs and neck. When asked, she just laughed and said they were from bumping into a table or being scratched by a cat. But then, over time, he noticed the marks appearing more and more frequently combined with other changes in the way she behaved. He couldn't help but wonder, eventually. The truth came out. The marks were from a relationship she had been trying to hide first. Stay calm, panicking, or confronting immediately will only complicate the situation. Pay attention to other signs, changes in the way she communicates, her attitude around you, or even small details like how she cares for her body. Don't jump to conclusions based on a few scratches, but don't ignore them either. If these signs become obvious and recurring, it may be time to confront her. A frank conversation coming from a place of concern rather than accusation will help you find the truth. Remember, sometimes unusual changes in her body are not just a sign of betrayal, but can also signal that there are serious problems in the relationship that need to be addressed. Listen to your instincts, but also take the time to observe and understand the situation before making any decisions, because a small scratch can contain a much bigger story. 3 sudden changes in sex. You used to have a rhythm in your sex life, but now things seem to have changed in an unusual way. She may suddenly become more creative, bringing new ideas that have never appeared before. Or on the contrary, she becomes more aloof, indifferent, making you feel excluded from her world. These are not just normal manifestations, but can be alarming signals of a profound change in the relationship. Sudden innovation in sex, especially when she brings up ideas or actions that you have not experienced together, can be the result of experiences she has had with someone else. These new things can come from learning, inspiration, or repetition of what she has experienced in extramarital relationship. On the other hand, if she refuses or becomes distant, this may reflect a loss of emotional connection with you. In this case, the passion she once had for you may have been diverted to someone else. She no longer finds inspiration in the current relationship, or her emotions have simply been overwhelmed by a new commitment one man shared, that his wife suddenly brought creative ideas to the bedroom, something she had never been interested in before. At first, he thought this was a positive sign, that their relationship was becoming more exciting, but gradually he realized that this change did not come from the feelings between the two of them, but from what she learned from the outside relationship. In contrast, another friend of his experienced a frightening coldness. His wife avoided any intimacy and often made excuses to refuse. Both are clear signs that something is wrong. Watch closely. A sudden change in the bedroom isn't always a sign of infidelity, but if it's accompanied by other changes, like distant secrecy or strange behavior, it can be a strong warning. Talk to her. Instead of being accusatory or confrontational, approach her with honesty and concern. Sometimes this change can be the result of stress, anxiety, or other issues that she doesn't know how to share. But if her answers are contradictory or evasive, you need to take a closer look at the real state of the relationship. A change in sex is one of the hardest signs to hide because it's directly related to your feelings and connection. While painful, recognizing these signals will give you the opportunity to face the truth and find solutions. Rather than living in uncertainty and doubt, let your intuition and observation guide you, because these changes may hold bigger stories than you think. 4 unusual vaginal infections or conditions, a hard-to-hidden sign of change. A woman's vaginal health is usually stable when she's in a long-term safe relationship. However, if you notice her suddenly experiencing issues like yeast infections, strange odors, or other discomforts that she never had before, this could be a sign of a major change. Having sex with a new partner can disrupt the natural flora, causing health problems that aren't easy to explain. Changes like unusual vaginal odors, recurring infections, or itching are all signs you should pay attention to. One man shared that his wife had been healthy, but then kept having unexplained infections. Eventually, he discovered that she was having an affair, and these health changes were a result. However, not all of these problems stem from infidelity. Stress, medication, or changes in routine can also cause similar issues. But if these signs appear in conjunction with a change in her attitude or behavior, listen to your intuition. Sometimes the smallest signals can yield the biggest answers you need to confront to the truth. 5 changes in body odor, an unmistakable sign. Everyone has a natural body odor, a unique characteristic that creates familiarity in a relationship, but when a woman is intimately involved with another person, that natural scent can change. If you notice that her body odor is no longer the same, even if it is only a small difference, it can be a sign of closeness to another person. These changes are often difficult to hide, especially if you are sensitive and sensitive. Sometimes it is not just body odor but also a new perfume, a strange scent of shower gel, or even the scent of her clothes after coming home. Pay attention to these small details because they can be the first signs that something is changing in your relationship. Don't be quick to accuse, but don't ignore your intuition. Either changes in consent, though subtle, often carry a larger story that you need to uncover to protect your own trust and love. 6 frequent gynecologist visits, a sign of something wrong. A healthy woman usually doesn't need to see a gynecologist very often, unless there's a specific problem. But if you notice her suddenly increasing her visits without giving it clear reason, this could be a sign of a cover-up. These visits could be related to issues like infections, inflammation, or even medical procedures that she doesn't want you to know about. One man shared that his wife was secretly using drugs and suppositories related to vaginal health. After investigating, he discovered that she was pregnant and had an abortion, a child that wasn't his. While not all gynecological visits are due to infidelity, when they're accompanied by other changes in behavior or emotions, they can be a worrying sign. Pay attention, listen, and ask questions tactfully. The smallest things can open up a bigger picture, helping you understand what's really going on in your relationship. 7. She's avoiding you or becoming more secretive. A sign of emotional distance when she starts to change her habits, like guarding her phone more carefully, avoiding you when receiving calls, or suddenly changing in her password. It could be a sign of a secret being kept. These actions are usually not random, but rather a sign of concealment or avoidance, especially if she doesn't want you to know about something. This change not only raises suspicion, but also shows that the distance between the two of you is growing. Avoidance is often accompanied by defensiveness or refusal to explain, which adds to your insecurity. This is not just a sign of a secret, but can be a sign of dishonesty in the relationship. If you notice these changes, pay attention to other behaviors and have a frank conversation when necessary. Small signs, if ignored, can mask a larger problem that is quietly lurking in your relationship. The above signs not only help you recognize an unfaithful relationship, but also help you understand the state of your relationship better. Although it hurts, facing the truth will help you make better decisions for the future. Remember, not every sign is clear evidence. However, when many signs appear at the same time, it is time to listen to your intuition, wishing you always keep the faith and peace in love.